Open world games have always become the best game to explore and get an amazing game experience to playing on mobile on the game's platforms. The number of the players who love to play the open world is always increasing day by day and significantly in a few days before. No wonder many of the game's developers are trying to compete themselves to create a new idea of the best innovation to interact with the newbies to enjoy his game. Most open world games have so many different genres like adventure, RPG, MMORPG, and many more. Remember to like this video and help us to reach 200 likes. Thanks. Top 10 Best New Open World Games to Play for Android and iOS 2024. Interesting! You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. Block Fun. Block Fun. One word to describe this game is amazing. I would easily say it because the game successfully delivers a great games experience as the best new open world games RPG mobile. It has a beautiful world, nice and clean ambience, and how the UI is absolutely crystal clear that makes every player will enjoy seeing the screen in a longer time. The gameplay will make your experience better because we can set the game's graphic higher and run perfectly on mid-range phones. This is a single player game, so we will do an adventure in a survival base. We can collect and gather some material to craft new tools of axe and pickaxe, but also the tools will be really useful as a melee weapon. We can find the monster on the open world. The number of them is really massive. Use the attack button to dealing a damage. Some of the enemies has an aggressive and calm action. We can fly to explore the world, but it will consume a lot of energy though. This game suddenly released globally so that everyone can even try and play it through the Play Store or by Google download. Block Fun is the best new open world games RPG for Android and iOS. Here Hopia. Here Hopia. I always get a great feeling about the game that has a Hopia word that always comes with amazing gameplay in the open world game base. This game is upcoming, but I'm sure it will become one of the best lists on your game's open world. If you would like to play the game in a casual mode, it seems we are only focusing on building up and maintaining the houses and interacting with so many townsfolk around our yard. The game has such a long basic tutorial on how to decorate an indoor and how we can survive by getting some material and selling it to feed up our hero. Actually, this new open world game has a great simulation base because we can build so many interior like a kitchen and start cooking on it. After we have a long conversation with the mayor, then we can explore the amazing city of Hopia. Make sure you are focusing on the music backgrounds because it's pretty relaxing and fun to listen to. It will blend perfectly with the game. As a new role-playing game or RPG open world, I would suggest you to anticipate this game on your release and keep it updating the game information by tapping the subscribe button on this channel. Last World. This game is really insane. The developer have released the game's trailer with the full gameplay and the game's concept. It's totally mind-blowing after we know if we can catch and tame the monster just like a Pokemon game. But we need to make the enemy's HP becomes lower first to increase the success rates for us on catching it. But after I played the game, it was totally a hardcore. The game started with nothing even though we could not pick up or loot the materials around us. So we need to hit the tree to get the wood and hit the stone to get the small rocks by using our bare hand. The material needs is way too much actually, so we need to collect a lot of goods, like we need to cut down the trees in multiple trees to be able to create the crafting table. In the open world, we can find the monster easily. Some of them will respawn on the ground and some of them are respawn on the air, so we need to do an attack while jumping to successfully hit the enemy with a higher height. Last World is the best new open world game with an active developer behind this project. The game size is really small, it's about 389 MB. Amikin Survival. Amikin Survival Anime RPG. The game's title is quite confusing. It has a survival base with an anime art style in role-playing game concept, but of course we will represent with a beautiful world of Palworld mobile games like. In fact, this game's got viral on social media and the developer know about it and get the best chance by making this kind of game. I think the Pokemon games developer should learn in this game how the combat mechanism is one step ahead and probably one of the best Pokemon games in combat. It's not a turn-based, but we will play in a real-time battle with the monster that we meet and fight side by side with our path. or we usually call with Amikin. The Amikin will blast a huge and strong damage to the enemy. We can control him, but we are able to control our main hero and avoid the danger mark skills. Always upgrade your crafting skill to create useful items. Amikin Survival is the best open world games mobile that's playable online. Isolated Island. Isolated Island Mutation. The game starts with an unclear story. Why does we live on Mutation Island? I think the developers should explain it to the players, or at least give a small cutscene so the player can enjoy the gameplay and also how the game's storyline. About the gameplay, I don't expect too much actually, because we all know it's still in beta testing. That's why the games need a lot of improvement even on small things that should be focusing on. Especially when we try on hitting the enemy, many times the character is not able to lock the enemy clearly. We need to rotate the camera to hit the enemy perfectly. The auto aim button will really help us. We are only able to interact with one NPC and she will explain everything clearly about what we should do and how we use the equipment. The ocean is absolutely breathtaking. Actually, this island seems like a dream come true. The wind sounds, the ambience, and the panorama is a top tier for a new open world in-game with a small size. Isolate Island Mutation is one of the best ARPG open world games for mobile. Wuthering Waves. Wuthering Waves, one of the most anticipated open world games, is finally released globally on the Play Store and also on App Store. It's become one of the most responsive developer who's always listening to the players' feedback. That's why the game gets several updates continuously. It makes the consistency become the first priority of it. As a player, we would like to thank you for making a AAA RPG open world. Just after release in a few weeks, it has reached over 1 million players. The hype can be felt in on any country worldwide. The gameplay of Wuthering Waves is we can do so many things to explore the adorable world, like climbing on the wall, using a glider from a higher cliff, and also swimming. This whole action is an advanced level to games that give the players a freedom. I will focus on the combat battle right now. It has a dynamic, fast, and super intense action. Every single attack will represent so many movement. We can grapple the enemy on the air or even on the ground, try to catch the monster, and we can transform ourselves into it. It will help us on killing a specific monster and turn our combat into an advantage. This is the best open world action RPG game for Android and iOS. Striker. Anomaly Zone Lite. This is the light version of this game, which seems like a demo. The developer is in progress to develop the game into a full version, but we have seen the whole gameplay look like a zombie hunter. We'll become an army who will save the world by getting the main resources of the zombies coming up in the world. It has a storyline base. We should accept the main mission by the chief. Try to look around the small houses because most of the items will be hidden inside of the wardrobe or just on the table. All of the zombies seem pretty aggressive. They will keep chasing us on a long distance within a huge radius matter. Get the gun and be ready to kill the zombies and try to lock them all on their head, so we can give an extra damage then, but their durability is quite low, so it will not be a huge problem to face the zombie one by one. This is one of the best new game open world for mobile. Firus The Rise. Firus The Rise of the Undead. This game is one of the best new open world games that the developer gives free access to the player to select various weapons or guns. At the moment, the game is in under development. No wonder we are only testing the game and there is no mission yet. We can try how the combat experience by touching the screen to know how the sensitivity is. There are a lot of zombies in the middle of the main map and most of them stand still there and are ready to look after us. Use your gun to shoot the target or switch it up with the other guns as well. Overall, I'm satisfied with the navigation control, but the graphic needs to be enhanced and optimized. In fact, it has a first player perspective view. Hopefully in the future we'll get the storyline then, so this game will become the best new offline open world game. Grand Theft Operation. Grand Theft Operation or GTO. Surely if you have a low endpoint, then I would suggest this game to enjoy an open world games. The gameplay is absolutely amazing, but sometimes I get stuck on a bug, which my hero cannot hold any weapon after driving a car. This should be fixed soon. The gameplay is really similar to a GTA game, where we can play the open world game freely and make a chaos in the city. The main mission is to destroy the huge statue that is located on top of the hill, but the police will defend it by chasing us and preventing this thing from happening. I love how we can buy any weapons everywhere, so we don't need to get into the store shop to buy them. We just need to tap the phone icon, then pick which gun we want to buy. It's a very simple but also helps the player a lot in enjoying the game. Driving a car, train, even the plane is possible, but it's still in development. This is the best game offline open world games. Asfall. Asfall. If you want to play a game with a very unique gameplay and has a futuristic vibes, then you should anticipate this game. Right now it has launched the beta testing several times, but only available on a specific regions. The language is not English yet, which I assume if it will release on a certain country first. The gameplay has an open world based MMORPG concept. We'll play a multiplayer and fight against a huge boss monster, but the main weapon is a gun. Every player is able to hold the variety of the guns. The combat mechanism of Asfall is, while facing the boss, we can disturb the boss' ultimate skill by targeting the weakest point when the boss casts their skill. The timing is really crucial to increase the success rate. This open world MMORPG is no autoplay where we play the game manually and follow the mission by getting through the landmark mission. Actually, this game has a hardcore level. Will you play this game? Zenless Zone Zero. Bonus: Zenless Zone Zero, one of the best upcoming open world games on mobile with an anime style. Hopia is the creator behind this huge project. It's been a while since we saw the first game's trailer, but now the global release is getting closer and closer. The gameplay is actually a semi-open world where we can explore the metropolitan city of Zenless Zone Zero, but we should get into the portal to fight with the monster. The combat mechanism lets the player switch between three heroes and unleash a few combo skill. The skill showcase is very amazing. It has a top tier visual as a cross-platform games that is playable on Android, iOS and also PC. No wonder the game's graphics are really stunning. These all are the best open world games that you need to play and know, so I'm sure my subscribers will get a lot of updates about the game just released, or the game will release globally soon. Remember to like this video to get 200 likes. See you on the next video. Thanks.